What's going on, everybody? Today we're in Fairport, New York, just north of the Finger Lakes region toward the greater Rochester region, and we're talking about the top 3 reasons that you should move to Fairport, New York.
And stick around for a bonus number 4. If you're a family moving up to this area, you're gonna love this one. Let's go. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Anthony. It's my partner Avery, and we are the American Home Team. If you're new to the channel, we talk about everything eat, sleep, and play in the Finger Lakes. Yeah. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that little notification bell so you're notified every single Tuesday and Thursday that we release a new video.
100%, guys, and we are licensed realtors here in the state of New York. So as much as we love making these videos, we'd love even more to help you make a smooth move to the Finger Lakes region. So go ahead and shoot us a text, shoot us a phone call, shoot us an email, whatever you want to do. Our phone number will be here on the screen. Our email is on the screen. Go ahead, reach out. We would love to help you make a smooth move to the Finger Lakes.
Absolutely.
And without further ado, let's roll into the 3 reasons that you should move to Fairport, New York.
All right, so getting into it, number 1, the top reason we think, well, not in real order, but number 1 is gonna be things to do in Fairport, New York.
Yep.
There's a ton to do here. Parenton, which actually houses the village of Fairport, is called Trail Town, USA. And there's tons of trails throughout here. They're all easy hikes. You can go out with your dogs and the family with the stroller and everything.
Yep.
You don't need to hike and climb mountains or anything like that.
Yeah.
Super easy trails, real fun to do.
And just for reference, my daughter is 2 years old. My wife took her on one of the trails. It has a bunch of like fairy doors and stuff on the trees. Really cool for younger girls that are into fairies and princesses and things like that. She was able to hike it, no problem whatsoever. So they are a little bit more of a leisurely stroll. Yep. But beautiful trails, tons of nature. You might catch some deer out there, but yeah, lots of trails. And they connect from Bushnell's Basin to Egypt and back to Fairport or Parenton. They span for miles. And guys, just so you know, we use Fairport and Parenton interchangeably. Yep. A lot of the locals here use them interchangeably because Parenton is the town and Fairport is the village within. However, when people think about Fairport, a lot of places that they're thinking about is actually the town of Parenton. Yep. They just say Fairport. Yep. So if you hear us using those interchangeably, that's why. And then moving on with things to do, guys, all around us is coffee shops, little microbreweries, little pubs, bars, eateries, coffee shops, if I didn't mention that before, because there's a lot of them. Right behind us is actually Fairport. We have Iron Smoke Distillery.
Barbecue joint right back here.
Yep,
there's
called Hot Chicks.
Another coffee shop right across the street over here. So there's tons to do. There's a public library. You can go and grab your cup of coffee and go in and study or read some books or, you know, whatever you want to do.
And a lot of the bars around here do karaoke nights. Yep. Really cool bars, old historic buildings, date back to like the late 1800s. They do karaoke nights. So if you're into karaoke, if you like to just go have some drinks, have a good time, hit up those bars and sing your heart out.
Yep, absolutely. Moving on to number...
Well, no. There's a bonus here on things to do because every single year is Fairport Canal Days. Yep, and what they do is vendors from all around the area, whether it's the Rochester region, we have people from the Adirondacks, which is about 3 to 4 or 5 hours east of us, that make the trip up to Canal Days to sell their products, whatever it is, whether it's soaps, jewelry, food,
all sorts of local
sauce.
Merchandise.
Yep, dentists will set up their booth there, doctors, you name it. It's an awesome, like a lot of wood crafts too, like wood flags and things of that nature that you can put around your house, decorations, things like that. Awesome experience.
So what do? You go walk along the canal, right? And
you walk along the
these
canal
booths and you get some drinks and you go talk to your friends and all the different vendors and get some local merchandise and go enjoy it. Usually it's on beautiful days. Just so happens that they work out to be beautiful days here in New York. That go enjoy it, have fun. All right, now moving on to number 2, right? So proximity to Rochester. Guys, we are just about 12 miles east of Rochester.
Yep.
And so real close proximity to Rochester. And then how far would you say to the Finger Lake? Canandaigua Lake would be the closest lake to us.
It's about 20 miles, which is a 20-minute drive.
Yep.
You hop right onto the thruway or 490 onto the thruway and get off in Farmington and head right up 332 Main Street into Canandaigua, and you're in the Finger Lake region. Like, it's that close. Fairport is 10 minutes to Rochester, 10 minutes to Farmington, or 20 to the Canandaigua area. But Fairport is one of the southern little towns or villages in Monroe County, and it actually butts up to Wayne County and Ontario County. So you can get just about anywhere you want to go pretty damn quickly. And that is one of the biggest reasons that people love to move here, is because it's a nice suburban feel outside of the city of Rochester, but it's not too far.
Yep.
And it is a little bit more of a trek to get to the thruway or to 490. Kind of got to take some back roads and whatnot to get over there, but it's a couple of minutes. So you might get hit with like early morning traffic or school traffic or whatever the case is. So it does take longer, but it's central. It's a central location.
Yeah. And
so,
generally speaking, most people that live here in this area are going to be working toward the Rochester area.
yeah.
So if you're heading that way, you're going with the flow of traffic. It's going to be pretty quick.
Yeah.
You're not going to be hitting a ton of traffic on the way there, assuming there's no accidents or anything like that.
Yep.
Anything crazy going on, right?
Yep. And so Fairport actually got its name because of the ease of access on the Erie Canal. Erie Canal, so Fairport was exactly what it sounds like. It was a port for a lot of the early settlers. And so when they would go on their voyages up the Erie Canal, this was a port for them. And so the ease of access it started back in the early 1800s via boat, right? Like, the waterway was that ease of access. And now, of course, we have highways, and now we have roads and whatnot that connect Rochester and Fairport over to Pittsburgh, and
Yep.
Fairport to Bushnell's Basin and Farmington, so on and so forth. You get the point. But it is centrally located, and it's an awesome location when you're talking about the proximity to Rochester or the Finger Lakes.
Yep. So guys, moving on to number 3, talking about cost of living here. You want to talk about the average home sales?
Yeah, the median sales price in the village of Fairport is $233,000. We're looking at the village of Fairport because you get a different style of home in the village of Fairport, right? You have smaller lots. Your house is probably going to be anywhere from 1,000 square feet to 2,200 to 2,400 square feet. You have a little bit more of historic charm with your homes, but they're not nearly as updated or new as you would get in the town of Perrington.
Yep.
Perrington, they started developing, and the median sales price is $329,000. So it is higher, much higher than the village, but you get newer houses, you get bigger houses, you get bigger lots.
Yep.
And it's a little bit more rural compared to the village.
Yep. The overall town of Perrington, I would say, is a little bit more luxury. You get more luxury in the town of Perrington rather than in the village of Fairport.
For sure.
The village of Fairport, you're looking at a smaller, more condensed area. You're looking at, some people might consider it similar to like a nicer city type property, right? They're all nice houses still.
Beautiful streets.
They're all still very well maintained and taken care of.
Yeah.
but they're smaller lots, smaller houses, a little bit less luxury,
Yeah.
right? And so talking about the national average and cost of living here in Fairport, we're looking at a 4% less, or it's 4% below the national average for cost of living. So it's fairly cheap here. You know, it's really not bad at all.
It's not bad. When you look at groceries are a little bit higher than the national average, right? But New York as a whole is a little bit higher than the national average. You know, when you look at some of our supermarkets, right? We have Wegmans. I don't think there's a Walmart in Fairport or Parenton. You'd have to get into Macedon to go to Walmart, or further up north into like Penfield. But you have Wegmans, which is a higher end grocery store. And then you have a bunch of boutique shops, right? They tend to be a little bit more expensive because it's all locally sourced. And so that's a great reason to pay a little bit more, because it's locally sourced and it's a little bit higher end. So you get a little more bang for your buck.
Absolutely. And talking about national average versus Fairport, overall, Fairport is sitting about 4 or 5% below the national average as a whole. So it's just, everything is a little bit cheaper here than nationally speaking, right? And it's cheaper than the average in New York State.
And real quick, you can probably hear that. We're gonna cut off quick while this train passes, and then we'll jump back on for that bonus. We're back. We clearly chose the best place in Fairport to film a video.
Yeah, that's my bad, guys, my bad.
But anyway, so the schools, right, they're 82 out of 672 in New York State and 561 out of 11,000 nationally, right? That's not even including our colleges or our universities that we have here in this region. The closest to Fairport is going to be St. John Fisher College.
Or Nazareth.
Phenomenal programs. And they're right up the road, literally a couple of minute drive. And then you move further up toward Rochester, you have RIT and U of R, so on and so forth. You can Google those. I don't have the stats on those, but they are very high ranking.
They're nationally renowned universities, and throughout the, I mean, obviously I just said nationally renowned, so throughout the nation, they're recognized as some of the top colleges, let alone in New York State, right? So them being right here, local to us, such a short drive away, we literally have people going to the school that walk from their house over to college. You know, it's that easy. So
with that said, guys, we hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you were able to bear with us. It is freezing. It's like 30 degrees right now. Anthony has a coffee cup right here and he's shaking it like this.
It's already cold too. I got it like 20 minutes ago. It's already cold. So
it's actually the first day that we've had that we woke up with snow on the ground. Pretty cool for
November 16th today. So
it's pretty cool for us New Yorkers that actually like the snow and have activities in the wintertime. So we hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned a little bit something about Fairport, New York. It's a beautiful village. It has a lot to do, great school systems. And then Parenton has some beautiful houses, new development, and there's a lot going on the Canal Way as well that we didn't even touch on. A lot of commercial projects and things like that maybe we'll save for another video.
I think if I were to rank Fairport or Parenton, I think it would be probably one of our top places. We live right outside of these areas, but it would be one of our top places to move to if we were to move again. It would be a big place to consider just because of everything it has to offer. The cost of living, the things to do, everything that we mentioned, school districts, proximity to the city. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you're notified every Tuesday and Thursday that we release a new video about all things Finger Lakes.
That's right.